I'm going to begin my speech shortly, but I just wanted to let everyone know I do not have a built-in speaker, and so I have to buy this one. Oftentimes I hold it too close to my mouth, and that's why it sounds a little muffled. I'm going to try my best not to breathe in it, and I think that'll clear up a lot of the problems. Um, when I was 6 years old, I remember sitting at the dinner table and my dad was telling uh, me and my brother a story about my great great grandfather. And this story was about a bear that tormented and ate my great great grandfather's livestock, and also the other men, the other settlers in the area, their livestock. And they decided one day they were fed up with it, and they wanted to go and get this bear. Um, they decided to start setting out traps, and one trap managed to get the bear, but only got two of the five toes and one foot. So they called it Old Three Toes. And this bear just kept coming and coming and coming and taking all their livestock. And so they decided, we need to put an end to this. They got a hunting party together, and they took after that bear. They started looking at the tracks and following the tracks. And they led him to a mountain, and they looked up, and there was a cave, mouth of a cave about close to the top. And they decided to hike to the top to see if the bear was even in the cave. When they got to the top of the mountain, they realized that the mouth of the cave, was 50 feet down, and it was a sheer cliff. And so they had to lower someone down, and they drew straws, and my great-great-grandfather was chosen to go down. So he was given a lantern in one hand and his rifle in the other, and then they tied the rope around his waist. And they lowered him down into the mouth of the cave. If you can picture this, you're going in this cave, it's pitch black. He's got this lantern that's basically like a candlelight, and he's walking in, and all of a sudden he sees a reflection. And I don't know if you guys oftentimes have, driving down the road and there's an animal next to the road like cats or deer, but you'll see the reflection from their eyes, and that's what he saw with the candlelight. So he had to be pretty close to whatever it was. He didn't want to find out what it was. He dropped the lantern, he dropped his gun, he turned around, and he took off. He ran. And when he got to the mouth of the cave, he jumped. Luckily for him, the other guys in the hunting crew still had their hold of the rope. He jumped and they caught him. It was the bear. And the bear took off after him and jumped also, but he didn't have a rope, so he died. I just thought when I was 6 that story was so cool, and I wanted to be not in a situation of life or death, but I thought it would be fun to track an animal, to hunt the animal. And if you've ever been successful in hunting, you'll understand my passion for this. If you've ever gone fishing, multiply the adrenaline rush you get from fishing by 100, and that's what you get from hunting. That's the only way I can explain it. And if you really enjoy camping, hunting makes it even better, because you can carry a gun, you can shoot things. It's just that much better. I've been hunting ever since I could aim and shoot. I have many successful hunting stories and hunting trips, and even if I don't manage to bag me an animal, I always find some other benefit and some other way to look at the success of the hunting trip, something I learned. Now, I want everyone to understand that hunting is not a barbaric sport. I hope that after this day, when you hear of somebody else hunting, you don't think of a redneck sitting out in a tree with a case of beer next to him. It can be very competitive, and it is very, very intense. Now, why is it important? Why is hunting important? Hunting can help us, for one, be self-reliant. 2, it is an excellent way to manage wildlife. And 3, hunting is a great way to educate others, especially our children, uh, or children in general. Now, hunting is the act in which a person lawfully stalks and kills prey. If you think of a lion when they go hunting, that's what it is. Now, people in general rely on others to complete daily tasks. You need a new pair of jeans, you go to the store. You need a new shirt, you go to the store. You need a loaf of bread, you go to the store. There's always somebody else out there that can do it better than you. And hunting is one way that we can learn to do something for ourselves. We can learn, hey, if I want this type of meat or this cut of meat, or I want it in a certain way, you can do it yourself and you know exactly how to do it. Second, there's a problem in the United States between people and animals, and really it's worldwide, but we're fighting for territory. For example, if I live next, well, a lot of people think that animals and people can live in harmony. And if I live next to the Everglades, I don't want an alligator in my yard. I don't want an alligator under my car. I want to be secure. And people are taking the habitat from the animals. Therefore, the habitat that's left has too many animals to support the habitat. So if there's too many animals in a given habitat, there's more animals that can be taken. If there's not enough, management says, okay, we can't take as many from that habitat because we need to grow the animal population. It's a great way to manage wildlife. It also creates a big revenue for wildlife services to beautify and make things more beautiful for others to enjoy. Third, hunting is a great way to teach others, especially children. Before I was old enough to be in Boy Scouts, my dad took me and my brother out rabbit hunting, and I had a blast. I learned the anatomy of a rabbit. I learned the habitat of a rabbit. I learned how to find the rabbit. I learned how to shoot the rabbit. And I just learned everything about the rabbit. And, you know, my dad, from taking me hunting, I don't give it all the credit for Boy Scouts. But Boy Scouts was a lot easier, and I was able to finish with my eagle at the age of 14 from Boy Scouts. It's just something that's helped me. Now, you might have heard that hunting is barbaric. Yes, some people treat it that way. But let's try it. You know, if you're curious about it, go out and try it, and you'll realize that it's not barbaric. It's a rough sport. It's tough. Animals are smart. They're smarter usually than you or I, especially to be safe. Now, the next time you go camping or fishing, just think about how much more fun you could have hunting. And hunting will help you teach children. It'll help you be self-reliant, and it'll help you manage wildlife.